Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Modern Horizons 3 draft here on the channel. If you do enjoy these ones, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, and comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. Okie doke. Our rare is a land that we will not be taking. Our uncommons are pretty solid. I mean, this one is at least. I have been impressed when people have played this. It is kind of like when you play 5 mana in these formats, you're generally getting something pretty good. But bouncing something and getting to draw 2 and discard a card is nice for 6 mana. This card has not been that impressive. It's just harder to get Threshold, but you can play it. I think it's going to come down to one of the commons, though, and I think Horrific Assault is going to be my pick. Thraben Charm doesn't always do what you want it to do. You can sometimes play it in heavy creature decks, but it's not a card I love playing. Basking Broodscale is solid, but I think Horrific Assault is really, really nice. I don't like starting with 2-color cards, but this one is good in red-white. And other than that, so I think I go here, Horrific Assault, then maybe Broodscale, then Depth Defiler as my pick order for this pack. I'm just going to hover them a little longer. So this is a punch spell for 1 mana that can gain you some life. This is just a really efficient 2-drop Eldrazi, and then this is kind of a more expensive Eldrazi that gets you some value. So kind of classic limited cards there. Okay. So the rare is missing out of this pack. And one of the things you can do in limited is be like, well, I took a green card, Horrific Assault. There's another Horrific Assault here. I can just take this one. I think it's at least comparable to the next best card in the pack. And all of a sudden, I'm like, okay, I've got 2 green cards. I've got the start of like a deck. There are other good cards in this pack. I think Inspired Inventor is really good. I have been wheeling it recently. I don't know exactly know why. It's been pretty good. Like, you can get the 1/1. That's like the default mode. Sometimes you'll get the energy, and then sometimes you'll put a counter on something if you have those synergies. But it's a really good card, I think. There's also Ethereum Pteramander, which is not a card I've really seen in play much, but it's like a cheap evasive threat that you can use for an artifact deck. I haven't really figured out how to draft the artifact deck. I haven't seen it played against me really ever. It just feels hard to get into. Like, this card's good if you can get it enabled, but it's just like hard to do. Battle Mage can be good in the right shell. This card can be pretty solid, but I'm just gonna take another Horrific Assault. 2 green cards. Oh my gosh. Oh, what do I do? Oh, the pain. The pain of a challenging pick. I'll at least hover a card while I commiserate. So Galvanic Discharge, 1 mana, you basically kill whatever you want. It's really, really good. Its worst home is probably red-green, but even there it's great. Or maybe red-black is worse, but still, it's a really, really good card. Writhing Chrysalis feels like absolutely broken every time it gets played. And then Colossal Dreadmask is like a 3rd place. I mean, that and the Woodland are both just like good green cards. But I really want to take one of these other 2 cards. Oh, man, this is tough. Kozilek's Unsealing is even good. My default instinct is to take the Galvanic Discharge, but I'm going to take a Writhing Chrysalis here. I just want to get more playtime with this card. It's so good. And it plays well with Horrific Assault. Just a great card. The downside of that pick, I will say, is it's less flexible. So, like, for example, if I had taken Galvanic Discharge, I could just abandon the Horrific Assaults much more easily to just play a, like, red energy deck. Like, I could take the Phyrexian Ironworks now and just be an energy deck. Here, though, I kind of want to take the Breaker of Creation and just try to build an Eldrazi deck. I want to just see if I can get this to work. My opponents have played it against me. It's been, like, irritating a couple times. We're going to try it out. It's really good with Writhing Chrysalis. I want to try it. And now I can take a Bountiful Landscape. So this pack has a lot of cards I like. It's got Snapping Voidcraw, which is also great with Breaker of Creation. It's got Twisted Riddlekeeper, which is another good one. But the reason I want to take Bountiful Landscape is because it's the perfect card for Eldrazi, because Eldrazi really wants all of these things. It wants blue, red, green, and the colorless, and so this is the best possible land for that deck. And I might just play a red-green deck. This card's really good. This card's good for my deck if I end up with enough fixing, but I need to get the fixing to make that good. This card can also just be playable sometimes, but we're going to take the land. Okay. And now we'll take a Warped Tusker. Another big guy that we can ramp out. I think it's worse than the Drownyard Lurker. This card's also nice. Sometimes just wins you the game, but we're just going to get the big guy that can cycle early. I am a fan of this card. I also think Serum Visionary is solid, and I think Infernal Captor is pretty good in the Eldrazi deck. But we'll take Skoa. I don't really like Copy Crook. Because double blue is really hard to cast, and it just like if you don't have something good already, it's not going to do much for you. Drynerd Lurker's a fine top end guy though. I think Molten is like you don't really need it to win. Like it just deal some damage sometimes. It's okay with Writhing Chrysalis. I mean, you can kind of get however many Moltens you want. Green hasn't been open is the problem with this strategy. I think if I hadn't taken a Writhing Chrysalis, I would have moved out of green. Sure, we'll get this guy. Serum Visionary is just a good card. Maybe green is our splash. Well, this card's great. Easy take here. There's another Writhing. I'm going to take Lelia. I think it's better. But it is just, yeah. Because you play this, you just attack them a couple times, it grows. Oh, this card is so good, though. And it plays so well with my synergy of just ramping out a Breaker of Creation. Another ramp card. Nice. This would be fine. This would be good, too. Lots of good options, but we just want the 2-drop, I think. Especially the fixes our mana. I could also play this. Ramp something out. I'd like this guy or this guy. These are the worst 2 lands for me. That's okay. I wasn't going to take them anyway. Green should be open this pack at least. Oh, man. Lelia versus Writhing Chrysalis. The fact that that pick seems close is crazy. Lelia is quite good. It's not as good in my deck because I have a lot of expensive cards. Well, now we'll just take a Stump Stomp. I do think this card might be better than I've been giving it credit for. It was kind of annoying against me. And this card can be fine too. You just get 2 lands. But I'm going to take Stump Stomp. It's so good. Another Horrific Assault. Pretty easily, I think. I wouldn't mind a Dread Mask, but I just like the interaction for my big creatures. Could take another Assault, but I'm just going to take the Titan's Vanguard. It's really good in my red-green deck. And I might not need to go into blue too heavily if I can get enough good cards like this. One less to cast. Getting colorless could be hard. I'm just going to take the Rumble. This is like a land that can also get me back. Honestly, a decent amount of things. I'll take it. Red or colorless land. Kind of the worst possible land for me. This one's red or green, so that's perfect. This can get any of my colors. I like getting the lands when I can. Green or my colorless one. So I kind of have enough colorless lands now. Got 4 colorless lands. 2 of which don't really need to fetch that much. I could have gone... I don't know if I'd rather have Lelia than Writhing Chrysalis right now. That's crazy. So I kind of have a couple of colorless. This one can get blue-green, so it's better than my other ones. Okay. I always love a Galvanic Discharge. I already have 3 Horrific Assaults. I think I'll just take a Discharge over a Riddle Keeper. I kind of have a lot of expensive guys already. Altosaur, pretty funny. There's not a lot of things for it to hit. This guy doesn't have a lot of sack fodder. I also don't have a lot of blue mana. So I can play blue for like this guy and maybe this guy or something. I would play another Breaker of Creation. Also, Kozilek's command is really good. Create a bunch of spawns. Like, I could definitely play this, I think, with my colorless lands. If we get to 5 mana, make 3 spawns, kill a 3-drop. I just have to take this card, though. I need better 2-drops. So this is a card I've wanted to try for a bit. You play it, you get some spawns. And then you cast a big guy, you get life. Riddle Keeper. Also just Reiterating Bolt, but that's not the craziest card. This is also just a monster. I'm just going to take the monster. And now this thing. Colorless lands are back on the menu. Yes! Oh, Chrysalis. I know there's a Nightshade Dryad, but I'll play as many of these Chrysalises as I can get. Altosaur hitting one of my 6-drops is going to be devastating. Nice. Another big guy. This is an interesting build. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lands here. I'm not sure I prioritized the right cards. I guess we'll see. I don't really want to splash Serum Visionary, but the other blue splash cards seem okay. Would I rather have Lelia or another Writhing Chrysalis? Would I rather have a 2-mana rock or another land? I don't think I'm gonna splash that guy. Serum Visionaries, okay. I've got enough removal. I've got 1, 2 land spells. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 14, 17, 18, 19. This is almost always a spell, though. I'm just going to play this many and then make cuts to the spells. I'm going to cut Warped Tusker. Kind of like all the 6 drops with this Altasaur, because if I hit one of those, I just win. I think Riddle Keeper's also good. I could cut Serum Visionary. And then lighten my blue load. Yeah, so this gives me 2 blue source, so I need mostly green. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 blues. This is 5, 6, 7. 8, 9, 9 red. I'd rather go slightly heavier blue than red. And then 2, 3, 4 blue. Seems okay to me. I like it. I think this deck is going to be pretty good. We're going to make our mascot card the Chrysalis, or Breaker of Creation. Anyway, I'm excited to try it out. I'll see you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to take a moment to shout out the NicolaiBolas Patreon, where you can go to support the channel. Patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. If you have been enjoying my videos, if you've been finding them entertaining, helpful, if they've been helping you have more fun playing Magic and helping you win more, or things like that, then Patreon is the place to go where you can contribute directly towards the channel and help me make more videos going forward. You also gain access to cool bonus content like my card-by-card draft tier list for Modern Horizons 3 and every other draft set that comes out, where I give my A through F grades on every card in the set as a nice bonus resource, as one of the ways I like to say thank you. Basically, Patreon is the place to go if you want to chip in and help the channel grow and thrive. I would like to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. It really does make a big difference. But without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round 1. We'll keep. Get a mountain with this. Then Rumble on turn 2. Now I'll just save this for colorless. This was one of those uncomfortable drafts for me where I made the Writhing Chrysalis pick early and it kind of shaped the way the draft was going to go. But it wasn't really the sort of pick that I often make. I usually would take the more flexible card there. Blue-black. This might be the first time I've played against blue-black. Okay. I don't need another 6-drop. I'll take the Bountiful Landscape. And I can get blue mana with this. Green mana with this. Play Altasaur at some point. Sure. I love the Fleshraker here. Next turn I can cast a Titan's Vanguard, get another spawn to replace my current spawn. Grow the Fleshraker. Well, that's gotta die. Oh, that trigger lines up exactly the way that I would want it to. That's pretty awesome. Copy Crook. Well, that's an insane play. I don't really want to take a turn off, but I'm going to have to take a turn off at some point, so I think I'll do it now. I'm going to gain 3 life from this, so. Okay, I'm going to get blue mana and green mana. They shall connive. They're holding up all this mana. I really want to kill Ophiomancer. But I just can't bring myself to do it into all this open mana. One thing is if I tap down this snake, then they can't get a new one with Ophiomancer. From a pure stats perspective, I am dominating them. I have 3, 8, 9, 10, 14 power, and they have 5 power. Death Touch is so silly as a mechanic sometimes. I can also go Meddler Assault at some point, if they do tap out on their turn. Meddler tap the snake, assault the Ophiomancer or something. Attack with this guy, put a counter on every colorless creature, including this guy, this guy, this guy, the spawn that I'll get. I'm just now realizing that the art for this is kind of an homage to the Prey Upon art. Okay. Sure.
Perhaps
Sure.
there are more useful texts down on the surface.
That's funny. I go with this. Tap their Death Touch guy. I figured they'd block there, but that way I get to the 1. I guess they weren't going to ever block at the 1. They're going to be able to kill me? I doubt it. They only have 2 power. I guess 3 power if you include the snake. Jeez, they just have all the snacking. I know I could play this, but I'm just going to attack with everything and see what happens. Gosh. If I cast this, then I get an extra 2 damage. Got him. Glaring Flesh Raker is a beating when it works. Absolute beating. Okay, let's get Postal, opponent. Their username is Postal Paul. Okay, well, this is a nice hand. They're being friendly. Now that I have a colorless mana, I'm just going to get blue mana here. We're going to see if Lelia was the correct play. This is why you play Lelia, so you can do this. So if this doesn't work out, I'm going to be very sad. Wow. Yeah, I can understand why they didn't go for the bestow on it. Or they would try to bestow their own guy. Either way, this isn't going to work out for them. So yeah, Lelia doesn't seem really fair here. It's really good in the late, like in top deck wars when the board is clear, or specifically on turn 3 on the play. Turn 3 on the draw can also work in some spots. Basically needs to get the first attack in, and then once it's a 4/4, it kind of just rumbles. I already have one color, so I'm going to sack this to get a mountain. I do have my Skoas. I have my Skoas to keep in mind. Immediately paid off. Let's just say that's a good feeling. We're just solo boloing them. Aw. How do I know they have this? Oh, Rumble. Are they countering it? No! I still get the spawns. Wow, they can counter it and the trigger? Oh my gosh, I spoke too soon. I don't get the spawns. Oh, the devastation. They're main decking Consign to Memory? What a sick play. It's the Writhing Chrysalis tech. I can't believe I was such a fool as to fall for it. I'm liking my chances here. My deck has a lot of expensive cards in it. Next turn I can tap that down. Uh-oh. Huh. That could be problematic. Here's hoping their last card isn't a 7-drop Eldrazi. Okay. No attacks quite yet. So Annoyed Altar hit a 5-drop. But it's a perfect one to sacrifice to this guy to emerge him. This card's their only hope. They don't have 7 mana, so they can't cast a 7-mana Eldrazi. For now, I think I just attack with my 6/5. Because any combination of trades is good for me here. Is definitely dead. Got him. Okay. Great hand here. We don't have red mana, but this can get red mana. We have card draw. We have some kill spell. We even have our colorless mana. Basically, we have everything except red mana. Okay, that's gonna die. That cannot be allowed to live. Against their color combo, I'll hold back my Death Toucher to block. Deter their attack. And I'll just use my draw 3 here. Clever opponent, knowing I won't block. Because there's some hands where I have like enough colors or whatever it is that I would totally block. Four, five, six. I'm close. This guy's coming. Okay, well that's not that big of a deal. I just realized this is my only red mana if I can't sacrifice this. Dicey. They only have 7 permanents, so making them sacrifice a couple of them seems pretty good to me. Ah. %, blocking. I'm stunned that they thought this would work. What? They can't block it. I can equip next turn. This thing is definitely pointed at that guy. This is still gonna need to get red mana, I think. I want to force them to sacrifice as many of their lands as possible. It's just hexproof, right? Yeah. Nice. Turns out a quick stomper guy is pretty good. Ah, classic bout between NicolaiBolas and Coco the Pirate. Well, we'll see how this guy does. We can get red mana now, which is nice. We have all our colors online. Blue-black again. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana for next turn. So I can play 1, 2, 3, 4. Play Writhing Chrysalis. Then emerge this, sacrificing a Writhing Chrysalis. To tap down their lands, and then play this the following turn. I don't really feel like sacking the Writhing Chrysalis, so I'm just going to do this. Because Writhing Chrysalis is going to be huge. Okay. Sure. So I can just block here. Breaker of Creation has seemed good. Like next turn I was going to be able to play this. So 7, -2, I had 5 mana, so I could have emerged this thing, tap their 2 blockers, hit them. Breaker of Creation has been really good. I need to prioritize that card more. I think that's like a real deck. It's just like Breaker, cast it as soon as possible. It's only really supported by the Writhing Chrysalis Eyes. The Crystal Eye. This deck has been performing excellently so far. I was really happy with how I drafted it too, taking those early drops, taking the Chrysalises. I think the Lalia was really good. We've seen why we took the Lalia. That card already single-handedly won us a game. Chrysalis is so good. Crystal, so good. The first time I played with it, the first time I read it, I was like, this card seems absurd. And then the first time I played with it, I was like, oh, this card is absurd. And then I pretty much in the early access event just shout out to Wizard of the Coast for the free preview account for the early access event. But I played in the early access event and I got to just like play it a bunch of times and I was like, oh, this card has been absurd every time I played it. And that is my story. I like that card. Me saying, at least they can't stop my tokens. And then they did stop the tokens part was pretty funny, gotta be honest. Well, turn 3, turn 4, GG. Okay, so this can get red. This can get any color. So this is gonna get green. People sometimes ask, oh, why do you fetch end of turn? Mostly because there's no reason not to. But also, okay, if no mana was spent to cast it, okay, sure. But mostly, like, it just, like, can sometimes alter your play. It's like, oh, if you're playing against a deck, like, that has black mana, you might want to change the way you sequence your turns, or things like that. Okay, so if they don't kill this, I win, I think. Because turn 3, turn 4 is, like, pretty unbeatable. Okay, so far so good on this front. I'm pretty happy with how this is looking right now. I love Nightshade Dryad, I'll tell you that much. This counter's happening pretty much no matter what because it's a cast trigger. Spawn up. Oh, they're missing lands. This is over. Oh, they're not missing lands. No big deal. We'll just hit them for 1 trillion damage. We're drawing so many cards that we will still play this as a land. Ah, they have one of their own. Let's see if I draw a kill spell. Okay, that is a kill spell, in fact. They can make a 4/5, yeah. So that's game. That was a turn 5 kill. Oh my gosh. It was a turn 5 kill where they went, like, they, like, spent their mana every turn, I think, right? They went, I guess they didn't really do it on turn 2. Yeah, they kind of skipped a critical turn, but, like, I don't know. I kind of just turn 2, turn 3, turn 4, kill them. Huh, with actual damage. It wasn't just that they surrendered. Like, they could have technically chump blocked to survive and not be dead that turn, but, like, they were dead. That was insane. Well, so far, so good. I am liking this format. I feel like I've hit a stride. I've kind of been like a bunch of different decks that I really like. I like the red-white energy deck. I like the kind of like Teamer Eldrazi decks, which is red, blue, green decks. I think the green-white modified deck is really good. I haven't. You'll notice none of those decks include the color black. I don't think the black color is very good in this set. I've just not been impressed by it. I haven't been playing it very much. I have played it a couple times to see what I like. I played like white black. It didn't go particularly great. I played green black. Green black went okay, but that was because I think black and green might be the best pairing for black. But I don't think blue black's really deck. I don't think red black's really deck. Red black is just like not where you want to be, I don't think. Maybe a worthy foe, Aragorn, son of Arathorn. Okay, we can keep this. We have all our colors. Let's see if we can do that turn 3 play again. Gonna get red mana. They're playing a black deck, the color I said I didn't like, so we'll see what they do with it. Blue-black. We've played a couple of blue-black decks now that we're playing the higher ranked players. Maybe there's something to it. Or maybe they're just experimenting. Or maybe both. Even if they kill Nightshade, I've still got a decent play lined up for next turn. Well, Nadu's great. Okay. It's a creature. Yikes. I can kill it with Skoa Ember Mage, though. Could have maybe killed Nadu. They're holding up counterspell mana. I wonder if they just didn't realize my guy could block him. Oh, that's what they were doing. They were going to bounce it if I sacked my stuff. Sure. I have a few prey pawns. I didn't mill any of them. No, I did. I milled 2 of them. Never mind. I milled multiples. Well, they can't take the flare. They don't have green mana. Oh, they do have green mana. I don't like it when the lands are like hard to tell what they are. It's a crazy no attack. Do I want to use a merge here? I don't think so. Gonna keep their island tapped. Tap down that guy. So if they get enough blood tokens, they can use them with +3 black mana, which they have, to get me. They have enough creatures in their graveyard to win the game, so we cannot let that happen. Oh, they're sacking the blood token. So their plan is not to get 6 blood tokens. That seems like maybe an unrealistic plan anyway. I like getting the Dread Mask down this turn and then sacking my lands. This has reach. Of course it does. Why not? Why wouldn't it have reach? Oh, no. Four, five, six, 7. Two. And then I sack all my lands. I will be honest, I did not realize that I was this constrained on my colors, though the play might have still had to be the same. I also forgot my plan of using this plus this to kill their guy. Because that was my plan at one point. Gosh, Ugin's card just got me this game. So this can get green. And it's okay, you can't always win them all. They've had a pretty good deck here, feels like. Nothing I can do against my Ghost Spawn. Kill that guy. Their 6/6 flyer has been such an issue. I no longer have colorless mana to emerge this. Oh. I'm just going to accept the fact that this game is over. That was tough. That was a tough loss. I thought I had him for a brief second, but it just didn't line up properly, and it's got away. 6/6 flyer is good. Okay, easy keep. Nightshade Dryad just playing these giant creatures ahead of schedule has been real good. Ouch. Going for the Altasaur next turn. Or Skoa. Either one's okay. But Altasaur's probably better. Yeah, that's bad. That one makes me want to concede right now.
Wow. Is that the only card in the set that does that to me?
Yeah, now I can concede. Yeah, that was unlucky. Let's just say it that way. If I'd been on the play, maybe I could have won. Was I on the play? I don't think so. I seem to remember them having their Dryad guy. I don't know. Yeah, we both played Dryad. Yeah, I think I played Dryad and then they played Dryad. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Last game was the one where they bounced all of our permanents to our hand with that mythic rare thing. Yeah. So we've lost to, like, getting our board completely wiped twice. That happens. Okay, let's get back to our winning ways here. Hopefully they don't kill this guy, because my turn is a lot better if they don't kill it. I'll let him do that one time. Next turn I can play this into Horrific Assault. Okay. The fact that this is simultaneously a bunch of jump blockers and a 4/5 that can ramp you is awesome. I mean, maybe too good. But still. Sure. Nice. Got me. Feel pretty okay about this. If the game goes... I mean, I'm going to kill something this turn with my Skoa, and I can start... Well... Goodbye Nightshade Dryad, I guess. This card has been impressive. Okay. This will be a setup turn. I'll keep this thing around, but I will get the blue mana with this. I've kind of already got my turns mapped out. So I'm going to do this. Because now I either draw land to play Skoa Ember Mage, or I use Petrifying Meddler to swing for the win. No, that's a chump blocker. Okay. Get rid of their chump blocker, force them to chump with their other guy. If they attack with the angel, sure, they'll gain 4, but then I'll kill them the next turn. Actually, I have a reach creature held back. Okay, cool. The final round. We started off 5-0, then we lost a couple close ones. Not really close. I mean, that one we just got obliterated when they wrathed our board. Now we got one more battle. Okay. Here we go. I'm not sure if I want to play this. I'm still deciding. I'm glad I didn't play it now. Come on, colorless land. We do have a lot in the deck, but that was still quite fortunate timing. So they have a lot of mana this turn. Here's hoping they don't kill my Wumpus aberration. Sure. So now I have a complex sequencing turn here. Because I really want to get... I want to be able to sacrifice this land so I can play this the following turn. But maybe... Oh. So I really want to play this first. Play land, sack my thing. Yeah, I think that's still best sequencing. Take that guy down. Keeping them off mana is generally the correct play. Okay. So they have all spells in hand. That's good to know. They have 7 power. So they can kill this. Giving them an extra turn is risky. Not that I had much of a choice on this one. Sure. Now, next turn I can play the monk. Kill their guy and attack with my bigger dudes. Well, that's interesting. Do I have enough to do everything? Yes. Red, green, red, red. Four. Wow, I have exact mana. I'm just gonna rely on them not having another ghost fire, like devoid spell. Yes! Oh, that was such a thrill. Oh my gosh. Let's go. Woo! Max wins, baby! Huge victory for the good guys. Eldrazi get it done in Diamond. If you did enjoy this video, remember to hit the thumbs up button, subscribe for more, and comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. You can even click that bell icon if you want. I don't know what it does, but it's apparently cool. I honestly don't know what it does. You can also leave in the comment section down below hashtag breaker to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video, because Breaker of Creation was awesome, and yeah, this was a really sweet deck. I mean, Eldrazi, hashtag Eldrazi Breaker might be even cooler, because there was a lot of Eldrazi and a lot of crazy things going on in this draft. If you would like to support my content, you can do so via Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. You gain access to my tier list and stuff like that, and you also help me make more videos. Lately, the Blade Reforged, we played it like one game, and it was a close pick with Writhing Chrysalis. That was kind of like, this card was so good. Absolutely fantastic. I'm pretty happy I third picked it. The Horrific Assaults were great. The Altasaur did some stuff. We lost a couple of games, but mostly to board wipes and stuff. So pretty awesome victory. I liked having these extra land spells. They were often played as spells, often played as lands, which is kind of the perfect balance. All these colorless lands were clutch. Getting that untapped colorless land for the Glaring Fleshraker when we had a 6-outer, pretty awesome in I think that last game. But yeah, so much fun. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time.